Alright, we got the Waterfall by Spectre. This is one of those levels that is very, they worked hard on the visual aspect of the level, as you can see. I looked to the right there so that you could see that fan. I believe that's a skip. I don't tend to do skips. I like to give the level a true shot. This was a very, very difficult level in the simplest of ways. First off, those fists are timed at a different speed, so you do have to pick and choose when you go across the river there. This part took me a while because I didn't realize you could grab these. So this is probably my 4th or 5th attempt right here. I'm obviously recording the voice after the fact. These were just so picky, and the jumping with the triangles that small, jumping off the edge would send you slightly off in a direction that you didn't intend to go. They're so small, they are difficult to grab. And at times you would think you were grabbing them, but you'd actually land on them and you'd just run off because you were holding up. This part is a lot harder than it looks. You have to be very precise, very technical. But I honestly wasn't sure I was going to come back to this level given the first 2 attempts. But I stuck with it and I got better, and as you can see, I'm consistently getting a little higher. I think this is the attempt before I had actually made it to the top, but the timer pretty much ran out, and I was like, you don't want to watch 10 minutes of me trying to get up this stupid column. So I went on to the next attempt. That purple one I think was the hardest one. I believe, obviously, the creator would have to tell us, but I believe that this level was based on the Nile, probably, given the fact that there's lots of pyramids on the sides. Hey, you got it that time. Okay, do I do it here? Nice, cool. This next part was very, very difficult. These fists are quick, and then they're close enough together that when you stand between them, it does knock you over, so it's hard to get your timing right. And that little pink block at the bottom is more to give you time. You can't climb up from there. So you have to jump before the fist even punches. And then you have to get on the purple thing very quickly. The first time I got up here, I struggled a bit, and I don't even think I made it to the next part of the obstacle, but I also wasn't sure the first time I got up here. I kind of lucked out by jumping on top, but I wasn't sure if you were just supposed to get by it or use it as a bounce pad, basically. And it was the latter. You're supposed to use it as a bounce pad. And that's what I end up doing. But my strategy was to get between the 2 fists, hope that this first fist punched a little earlier than the second, get knocked over by that, but get up on my feet, and then run across the second one, and hope that I just time it with the bar well. Including the bar in that equation would have been way too much, so I just kind of crossed my fingers at that point. Yeah, it's a toughie. I still have never done a level myself with these extra large fans in the background and extra large obstacles. I'm not actually even sure how you do it. Obviously, it's a fairly common thing at this point, but oh, I thought I had it that time. They don't. Some of these larger obstacles, and then the larger, like the pyramids. I did go over there once with the skip, I didn't use it, but when you stand on the pyramid, you know, you're a good, like, you're standing on air, you're like 5 feet above it, so it's kind of hard to read how to do obstacles like that when your character isn't standing on the obstacle itself. You just have to guess and hope where you are. And then the fans kind of do a similar thing. You'll see when I get there. I don't know how long it takes me. But they just don't act like they should. I don't know. They get over there. Yeah. I don't know if this is, because I do mess this up sometimes. It's a longer jump than you think. Okay, I did. But you'll see here, like, I think I run through it at one time, and they're just a little finicky, these larger objects. Like, obviously, I feel like I was jumping high enough there, but... And see, I ran right through the blade there. I didn't intend to, but that's just kind of how it worked out. This obstacle was clever, especially with the axe going through the obstacle. You had to time everything well, and you had to be quick on your feet on the next part. I think it was slightly easier than the fist obstacle back there, but not easy at all in general, though. Let's see. I don't even remember. I think I do get past it on this attempt. But my strat, after a few tries, was get to that second axe and then reset myself right like that, yeah, onto this obstacle so that I could just, you know, take a breath and time everything. This next one, I didn't realize you actually can grab it. And that's helpful to know. Some of these softer looking blocks, a lot of times you can't grab. I don't know if you could grab them because they were so large, or if there was an invisible object as well, or if I'm just wrong. Maybe you can grab them at times, but here you can, and it does come in handy. Yeah, you got to angle yourself on the right of that block. You can't be on the left. The axe doesn't, or barely shows up, not enough to stand on. But you're paying attention to so many different things, it's, you know, you just kind of got to jump and hope. Okay. All right. I mean, it's got to have almost been 10 minutes at this point, so I feel like I've got to make it across here pretty soon. Ooh. But yeah, the first time I did this level, it was on stream, and there were 3 of us, and 2 of us were stuck at that first obstacle the entire time. One of us got through. I don't think... No, he didn't finish, because he came back to kind of help us and show us the strat, and he did not end up finishing. Ooh. Yeah, you have to react so quickly to these axes. You don't have a ton of time to jump in I think you do kind of have to be running on the axe to get enough momentum to jump over there all the way. But obviously if you jump too late, you can go the complete wrong direction. Ooh, close. Yeah, it's funny, when I do some of these voiceovers after the fact, I'm watching them back and I'm like, I wish I would have done this live because I'm running out of things to say about it. There we go, there's one. But, you know, just got to keep talking and commenting. Yeah, see there, you can grab it. I was trying to be extra careful here. Didn't want to have to redo it. All right, there's the timer. Oh no! Okay, so here's my second attempt here. This one I think I do it quicker. I think there's about... I think this little what do you call it, cut is only about 1.5 minutes long. But I had spent so much time on the previous obstacles again, because those are tough obstacles. I knew I was screwed there, climbing up onto the bouncer. Those previous obstacles are very tough. So I think I got here in about 8 minutes, so there wasn't a ton of time to work with, but I get past the obstacle, so I wanted to show getting past the obstacle, and then I'll pick it up again after the obstacle on my next attempt. Let's see, there it is. This is a very clever level. A lot of the visually appealing levels are just that. They're just visually appealing. They're not good obstacles as well. And these are good obstacles too. So this level is very well rounded. Like I said, it acts a little strange sometimes with where you're standing on objects and stuff. But you know, there's only so much the creator can do about that. Yeah, there's the grab. So I make it all the way to this block over here. And I kind of mess around with it and I fall, but I'll pick up the next portion of this from that block right there. I wasn't going anywhere in that last one anyways. So yeah, I was just showing you. Same block. I do like that effect that a lot of people use at the bottom of these waterfalls. The clouds being the mist coming off the water. It's one of my favorite things that people have done. I was very nervous about this one, but it obviously went well on the first try. I never do officially fall off of these, but it does take me a little bit to get up. These things were, the blast pads were quick and far, so you had to really time it well. I wasn't sure if I needed, at this point, the double bounce or not, or if I just needed to be smarter. That time I did almost fall, but smart about my angle and stuff. But I got really lucky quite a few times to not fall here. Alright, I think I try to just land on it, and yeah, there I'm in the air. At that point I was like, just save yourself. Figuring out the timing. Oh, so close. I actually went back and did this level again just for fun. See, I hit an invisible wall there. So that's kind of what I was talking about earlier with these objects. But I went back and did this level again just for fun because that first recording, I didn't hit record early enough to get the intro to the level with, you know, the name, the creator, and description and all that. So I went back and did it again just for fun, and I explored a little bit. And I got up this part right away. I kind of learned the strat. That time I did, when I came back and did it again, I did use the skip, and it's a nice skip. But I kind of wanted to see what was on the left side. It's the exact same. No difference at all. But these bouncers, or blast pads, I guess, they take a few tries to get used to. I knew I was getting close to the top. I was like, I cannot mess it up. The first time I take blasters like this, I like to try to land safely again back where I was, because I want to see exactly where I'm going. You know, kind of see right here, I am pushing against the invisible wall on the left here. So it is pretty far out there. Oh, I do not remember falling there. Luckily, I landed on just the next group down. The invisible walls are strange. I do think I mess up on this triangle as well, because I wasn't sure exactly what was happening. Yeah, that's what I remembered. Just didn't know where to land. And I hit that invisible wall and it ragdolled me a little bit. This was probably the easiest of the blast pads. It gives you the most room for error, minus the invisible wall. You just know you had to stay outside away from the cliff. But yeah, I think I get it on this one. So we're just about done. I like these bouncers that end up sending you this high. But yeah, look how off of the ground I am. Look how far off the ground. I do look around a little bit. And when I did this level again, I went over to the river and you fall down into the river. You don't like respawn or anything, but you're significantly lower than you are right now. You can get back up using the clouds in quotation marks, but yeah, no, it's a great level. It'd be even better if they could fix those invisible walls, but visually appealing, great obstacles, pretty hard, especially that first one, but yeah, I had a great time with it. Didn't take as long as I thought it would, probably 4 or 5 attempts like I said. I almost gave up on it, honestly, but I figured it out. Stuck with it. Well done.